Thokozani Kehla. And how are you doing?
I'm okay. Did you forget ahead about I'm okay?
Yes, we're so happy to have you on Leto. So this is literally a live update after Intwaso. How has life changed? Like, okay, you're still Mama Baleng, and it's unfortunate that Idlozi Lakho specifically said ukuthi ala batla go phatlhelwa. So I think somebody at home might be asking themselves, "Go phatlhelwa yang?" So we are living in a time and age where things get better with time. Khothwasa today is not as it was back then. And with that said, it's not a thing yoguti we are saying things are much easier now or things have changed. But khothwasa and all of that we were given. But now it's a thing that most people will literally go to initiation school and literally be paying for themselves, and some will be still in school and some of that. So after the whole training process is done and you've graduated with Intwaso being said, then some would literally be excused to go and khokokwanya chelete and then come back for a home and then prepare for a homecoming, or some will literally be excused to go to school while they're still under strict rules and all of that. So with you, how did you feel?
You cool. Really speaking, like I need a word choco and the first time like I need a word choco like it is like the battle kids like but then Hana Quincy it's a Maya. Ke happy ntse ke bua le bo mkhulu ba ka mkhulu lo guys le ene mkhulu bongani le ene ke ntse ke bua le batho ba bantsi ba fitile mo ke hitleng teng le bona. I got to understand and ke make a peace with the fact that but in back ha batle ke tsama ke phatlhela. Perhaps there's a reason na ha ke understand but there's a reason why ba sa batle. And slowly but surely I'm learning maybe a reason I think while go mabaleng I'm still going to learn a lot of things than hani ke go gae gong hani ke go gae gong ka go ndo tsene go damphasamisa mo.
Because obviously, I mean, you stay away from a lot when you say pehlweni. There's a lot of things that you're not supposed to do, and you've adapted to that. Obviously, there's things that you still miss about being outside. So when you're outside, it's so hard for you to actually still stick to the rules, even though you know that nobody's watching you. So maybe you're saved.
I am. Actually, I am. Even don't go with whole like seeing my mom, because my mom can wanna like once in a while. And that's a decision I don't really before I get I don't want to see them too much because
and this was your first birthday away from home.
Yes, it was.
And away from your twin.
My twin, it was a very weird one. Honestly speaking, it was very weird because I got realized just my other half. She's there, I'm here. Now it's like, okay, Kira, now what am I doing with myself now?
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. My birthday didn't make sense this year. But she'll be back and then
yeah. So you would have literally went to her.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you'd rather not be with your mom but with your twin?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay. So, man, tell us, how has things been different ever since Intwaso? What are the changes and how's life now? What do you enjoy more about actually being graduated and still Mama Baling? Is there benefits to it? Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot has changed, but not like a lot. But a lot has changed in terms of as
a person and individual, okay?
Yeah, as Tulufet. So Tulufet has grown so much.
Okay.
Compared to how she was Hanat and Akalefet.
Okay, can you fill us in?
Oh, you like Hanat and Akalefet you Nikki Motor taba about a lot of things, especially spiritual things. Nikki taba tata. Niki kobonya tata, doubting a lot. But then gradually since like I've changed. The weekends in getting in there as a person.
True, I can attest to that. Yeah.
ha ke sheba ke makala gore wow ke khonne go hitla mo ke leng teng ke khonne go ira 1 2 3 1 2 3 but if I was still outside ke se ke tle mo mabaleng do tse ke di khonne go di dira ke le mo mabaleng I don't think nka ke khonne go di dira so mabala a nkgodisitse a lot and my family le bona ba bona
Was that a forced change or something that gradually happened? Then you just found yourself saying, God, I'm within answered prayers or what?
It gradually happened because of thuso e ke kry-ileng, you know, guidance e ke kry-ile from bomkhulu ba ka.
So the process is complete because you need to heal holistically. You know, this is one thing that I usually tell initiates that iphetla has to change you. It's not even about a thing it's something that it's part of you doing and then in your lifetime and then you need to move away from that. You can't come out the same person you came in. You know, you something needs to change and your life will literally be different. And with that being said, how do you look forward to actually facing the world with the changes?
Ukhulu kwang kwang kwang. Yo, tla re like this ke guys they are color please are colors strong. But I believe my sisters are ke ba ntetlela go dilo di diragalle. They always there to protect me and guide me. So I don't ne ke metse ga ga mkhulu.
Sure, man.
And then I'll see everything. Because I get stressed too much about what's going to happen. I'll be alone. Baba hayo, mkhulu bangana hayo, mkhulu magagula hayo.
Now you have to be on your own and be ngaka. Protect yourself and your surroundings,
family, everything. So I got too much about it. Because once
you ruin the moment before it happens.
So now I'm just taking every day and as many things as I can. Gaining knowledge as I can. And like it's really mobile doesn't mean I won't come back to Mabala.
Yeah, they all say that. They all say that. They all say that. And the success rate of that is literally on a minus, okay?
No, but like honestly speaking, like I'll always be here mobiling.
Shame. I've been here before. I've heard that before. So I'll just have to wait and see.
You just have to see but
yeah.
Definitely something that I'll be doing because mobiling a lot of knowledge from from le papa.
And I think a lot of people feel like how's it you can't ask. No. I mean, just in a sense that, you know, when there are certain challenges, I mean, we can only give you so much. Yeah. And we don't know what you'll be getting outside. I mean, I'll be teaching you certain things. Kante, you're going to get patients that need help with certain things. Yeah. It's only fair for you to just call and ask. Because you can't be an expert mobong again. I usually say it's a growing thing. You can only gain experience, but you can never be an expert. Well, that's my thinking. Now people will come for me and somebody will say, hey, for 30 years I'm an expert. But there's something that you still don't know, even when you're 30. And then I'm gonna come there, it's been 2 years but then you learn something from me. Because badimo ba rona do things differently. The same snuff that can heal a headache is the same snuff that somebody can bath with to cleanse. And it's different. It's the same snuff that somebody can connect with their ancestors. And you should always be open to learning and don't be prideful. Pride it'll never work for you. Because you always have to be at a sense of wanting to know, learn, ask, and be curious. Because if you think, I'm an absolute, my ancestors got me, you can never. Especially if you had to go to somebody for initiation. Unless then you'll literally think, okay, I'm on my own. But still, with that said, you still need to learn from other healers, you know, and grow from that because it's a collective effort. Even though we all had our own individual journeys. But anyways, what are you looking forward to?
Oh my god. I would say going back to school. Okay. But now it's a bit too late to go.
Hey, ma'am, you're a qualified journalist. Anything can happen from now on.
Yes, hopefully, hopefully I'll be able to go back to school next year. Hopefully Jenny e ke simolotseng ya go tlisa some healing to my family, because this is generational. So hopefully
You've healed your
I've healed,
generations. You had to run so that you had to walk so that they can fly.
please, please.
Yeah.
So hopefully go simoleng leeto le la ka go tlisa diphetogo tse dintsi mo lapeng, and especially from le ke tswang ko go lone ga se batho ba itseng thata ka bongaka.
But are you seeing anything so far?
So far it is it changes the thing a lot, especially my mom, because she was bongaka.
No, but you know, judging from when you came and now, I'm seeing a very strong girl.
Thank you.
And somebody who's really facing everything as it comes. Hey, no teka teka when you first came. Yo, you cried with every little chance, you know?
Yeah.
And that had to happen, you know? I mean, you have to be weak to be strong.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that you remind me so much of Undlovukazi. You were willing to put everything in it to see how this journey will literally unfold.
Yeah.
And it was not easy, but it was beautiful to see you transition into the woman that you are right now, and nedlozi lakho growing with it, seeing your dlozi mature, have its voice and stand its ground, which is beautiful. And I'm really hoping that you stay put and literally nurture that so that it grows from here onwards, because we have a lot of initiates that are strong. They go through the situation, they go through it, and it's beautiful. But once they leave this yard, you start noticing things that they start to adapt to things that we don't know. We don't, it's beautiful because sitwasa in different places. But if that's not about your ancestors, you need to make peace with that. So Mona, you're going to make other friends that are healers. They'll put you through certain things. I mean, you should be able to know who you are, where you come from, and what you represent and what you're about. Don't just be so easy to go into different next thing with Chinchilempande, which is not a bad thing, depending on your ancestors and how they want you to grow. But know what you're about. Because yo matasana la mixa la mecha, guys, and when things go wrong, you want to blame Gobelas for that, you stop doing things that your ancestors want you to do, and you know that this is a routine that I need to take. Then you start mixing and matching. Next thing next thing and obviously we're not going to say anything, because I mean it's your journey and we believe that you can listen to your ancestors and but still ask for guidance. We are not saying don't grow. We are not saying don't meet people, but don't take every advice you get. Because sometimes some people would lead you astray, knowing that they want you to and what you have. You understand? So it's very sad and it's very unfortunate that people don't understand, especially when you've done wrong. It's you just owe it to yourself to actually just want to rectify. And so I don't want to see stories about you and now looking at you and wondering what went wrong, because we know you. I know all of you guys. I trained you guys. I know it when it's at its low and when it's at its highest and peak and all of that. So when it's slowly leaving, I can also tell, hey, buffering. Network out, and it's unfortunate because I'm not one to actually call you and say, hey, because now we need to be very careful of what we say to initiates, because it can be held against you. It's your word against mine. This is what she said to me. And it's a lot, because we can't shy away from the fact that there's a whole lot of gossip that goes in Bungaka. We are not pushing a whole narrative, not weird, or we are not trying to be negative, but this is something that we need to talk about.
Something that happens.
It happens. There's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of things that go wrong that we are not willing to address, but we never really want to take accountability for as individuals. So there's just a whole lot that goes on, and things being said, people buying dintwa tsa batho, because you like this one and now this one is doing this, now you're for it, settling people's scores. I just want you to actually have a good head on your shoulders. you're going to hear a lot of things.
Oh, already. Already.
Yeah.
We're already there.
You're going to hear a lot of things. Things are going to confuse you. Whereby you're going to question a lot of things.
Yeah.
If anything, ask. Because anything that has to do with spirituality, we are people, we're human, and we do human things, which is mistakes, and we grow from them and we try to rectify.
Yeah.
So I really pray that with this group of initiates, they try to do things differently. If anything is not making sure, you must pull through and ask, no, Mkulu, this and so, what's going on? Or this is what I'm realizing, or this is what, so that you are not in a space where you don't know answers, but you are scared or you're angry for things that you don't even know if it's true or not. You understand? Dingaka di a lwantsha batho. Dingaka di a lo tlhaganya, dingaka. Next thing, we are testing each other ka melemo and all of that, which is nonsense, honestly, you know? And we don't push the narrative of healing and positivity with spirituality. It's always about fear. It's always about boloi, people getting back at each other. And no, bongaka, it's beautiful because it needs to be about people actually being out there for each other, people supporting one another, bogogo bathusana, you know, and baratana, what you know and what I don't know, coming together and trying to, you know. So it's about competition of late. Who can do what, who can't. You know what you can do. Yeah, you know what you can do. And at this point, I'm thinking you're not confused.
I am not.
From here, you can grow. So don't start introducing weird things that we don't know about. Next thing, no social media pushing a certain narrative. And I'm like, okay. No, how long ago we know that you go to cleanse? You don't have to take videos or we know.
It's a
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to get validated. Yeah. It's your journey. It was not a conference call. Never. You went through it alone. Yes. With that being said, what's different ever since?
Ever since Intwaso. Ever since Intwaso, one thing that I've noticed, and also like definitely it is like I have grown.
Definitely.
It has grown than before Intwaso.
Like I've said.
Yes, like always grown so Gogo
and obviously I did say, Uti, you need to see progress, even you.
Yes. And also happy because of the way like things are, you know, in terms of tlhatlhobo, in terms of just like you can feel you can feel hali as a person, and then I can feel like there's a change more my spiritual being. It's very different. It's grown, it's more mature, and now it's all about responsibility now, and
of keeping it together.
Of keeping it like that.
Hey, because we can't keep giving you. No. We are going to give you once, and it's your duty and responsibility to make sure that it's still that you nurture that. Because there are other kids that will need attention. We can't always now be giving attention to one person every day. No. But what are you grateful for?
Firstly, I'm grateful for Modimo. Modimo o nantsong kaparetsa mkhulu. I'm grateful to Baba waka. I'm grateful to mkhulu baka. Mkhulu wangani, mkhulu magagula, mkhulu ndlovukazi.
Amen.
Even though like I don't wanna like name drop, but like these three like by pontshitse gore mkhulu ke but bang ba ratela go bidwa mkhulu ela just go nna mkhulu. Yeah, now that you mentioned that mkhulu chat, it's so weird that people feel so out of place when they are not being called mkhulu. Guys, initially when you're called mkhulu is when you have it doesn't necessarily matter if you're a male or a female. But mawumkhulu kusho ukuthi ukhulile. Umkhulu ukhulile. Let's understand the Zulu. Yes, you know, that means you have gone back to impande yakho ulobolile initiate. Now so uyathwasisa. Now when other initiates or your fellow mfos see you, they refer to you as mkhulu.
because they respect it lakho elikhulile elizele.
Yeah.
You understand?
Like that.
So yes, yeah, I think a lot of people needed to understand that, because sometimes we just call you mkhulu because you especially if you're a male figure.
Yes.
Mkhulu, we respect the fact that mara sentlentle gogo, you understand? Because unale badlozi, we respect that. Mehela mogomo ha re ra go respect them, we just say mkhulu, but sentlentle, the origins of mkhulu is how we've explained it. So is there any benefits so good Intwaso and like a normal initiate? Like what's different from you and somebody who's still going through the process? Do you still wake up in the morning?
We still are. It's a never ending journey. It's something that's ka masa go tshwana le bogogo. Re ba mitsi kwa ntle, re tlhapa ka mitsi a khotseng kwa ntle, tshampane go le tshampane re.
Hey, we had to fight that course.
Yo, please, yo, flora kanye. Oh my god. You,
hey, y'all, hey, I had to fight y'all for a very long time with that kettle situation, hey?
No, but like, it's kanya kettle. I didn't go bulela no nte maja pelo yo, but like like now I can say go utlile go wa utlwa go thwasa go ntse the thing araska but modernize
true, yes.
so go ba metsi kwa ntle wa utlwa go
badimo ba gago ba batla go bona that thing
bona o ntse go tsitse
musio, yes,
go le phakela ka makuku a matsha batho ba seo.
Now people look up to you because indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili. Now you are being looked at. Yeah, now.
Oh my god. I won't say pressure higher, but it's there. But I got to put too much pressure. Now I must be this perfect person.
How about no.
I believe I'm still the same person before Intwaso. Go change lela gore access le ke ja rice ke te ja ka bona. There's the only
you've upgraded levels.
Yes. But still somebody ke the same things as they do. Ke a ba gite le bone. Ke tsoga ka phakela ke a vosela le nna. Ha go kolma ke wa le nna I do that. Ke somebody ke le kolma ka le bala le somebody ke le busy ka yona.
How a golela the process. You can't be bigger than the process.
I cannot.
Nicely. So, I mean, a lot of people have started to actually love you ever since you've been on Let. I mean, your bubbly character and all of that. Where can people find you, ma'am? Let's make you trend. Let's make you a proper celebrity.
Better than you.
Yeah, spirituality.
Okay, get them on Instagram. I think it's REM_MOGO. And then I don't use Facebook that much, but then look at Facebook at Solofeto with an I, please. It's not a SE, it's an SI.
Okay.
And then I'm on TikTok. I believe Lona is REM.
Yeah, hey, I've seen now you're that girl. You have more time on your hands now.
Please.
Yeah.
No, but like it's just a bit of just sharing a bit of my journey, not too much, because I don't want to make letolaga something for the heart.
Yes, it's now people need to know and understand. Yeah, now I'm part of the group. Yeah.
Just sharing a bit of my journey.
For somebody that might relate to you, I mean, some people might relate to you more than anybody else, and somebody might feel the need to talk to you more than anybody else and gravitate towards you because maybe you have a mathosa now eating there or patience, who knows?
My sisters must forgive me.
Hey, ma'am, I know I struggled for years to actually come to terms with that. Maraka, my 8th year, 9th year as a healer. I didn't have a choice. I was just seeing flames left, right, left. But anyways, my darling, thank you so much for honoring the life update invite. What is it that you want to add on? What is it that any last words, anything that you felt you have to say? What?
Yeah. To whoever, whether on any nebo but now on to do fella, just keep on like rapela. Rapela. Tapelo, it was a lot. It is a lot, and for those that but they are a bit confused. True. on the internet,
and then you run, you dash. Go mixa dingaka, you said something so important. Guys, people are not patient, and bongaka is not magic. And I usually say this. What can get somebody can get a response today and would get a response tomorrow. Somebody will take a longer time because badimo ga ba tshwane. And with that weight where you need to also find yourself and stay believing something will happen, give it time. Please. Give the perako time. Please. You want to see Ndlovu guys today, next week you already Gogo Mavula. Next time you already within a space of 3 months you've already seen 6 healers. Guys, come on, we do things differently. We work with so give Dilo time, at least a space between 6 to 8 months, and then you can move to a next healer. And when you get to a healer, tell the healer that I was with a different healer, so that they can see what can they do, so that so that they can start a new process. Because you want to blame people for them not working on you because you're always everywhere. These things they work differently. So if you're going to eat banana, apple, little avocado at once, you won't know where the reaction is coming from. So if something is not working for you, it's fine to move on to the next. Don't disregard it and start saying things about some scam. No, it didn't work for you. It's fine to move on. That's why you understand. So that's that. So sorry for getting
yeah. It's okay. So the and but no ya bone kore ba le go
protected.
Batho ba sila out there.
Keep your cards close to your chest.
Batho ba sila out there o ska nna ntse batla go okay ga ke nene ne we ke no Superman.
It's the depth for me.
Ke no like ya hala no. And how nene no ska
don't love advice everywhere.
Dula reza badimo ba gago ha ile nako they will tell you that it's time ke na go re le fetlho na go go rutwa ke motho yaanong e chaile tse gona re go rutile mo gae se go rutileng re go bontshitse se re go bontshitseng. Now it's time for go gain experience ko motho o gore rona ra mmatla. Don't want gore okay how bona mang gore ke batla go thosiswa ke mang batla go thosiswa ke mang.
Yeah, because she's cool. Oh my god, I want Kaone to be my gobela. She's I've been getting those, and I mean we are living in times where it's so hard because you never know who's real and who's not. And I've said, like, me being on LED and me starting this whole thing, it was never really been my intention because I felt like I didn't want people to know about it, because those who know are fine and those who don't, then it's fine because it's my journey. But because my ancestors, I've always felt this urge to try and give bongaka seriti sa bohelo se se setting, whereby we show how we do things, but also protecting the sacredness part of bongaka, whereby we don't show rituals, we don't show certain things that are deep. I mean, if we don't do things where people can see them, then I don't see the reason why they need to be on camera. I mean, how do I capture something that I need to be momoyeng kasone? If I'm taking somebody for cleansing, how am I focusing on the camera and focusing on the cleansing? You understand? But some people can do that. I'm not bashing them, and kudos to them. It's not about fame. I'm not here trying to be famous. I'm not here, but I had a duty to show bontle ba bongaka. Because I think what's normal, it's now who can do this. People are trending for the things that they can do to people, threatening people. And people are just scared ka bongaka. And for somebody who's sitting at home and who has no idea what bongaka is, and maybe is told that they need to take this journey, you start being scared to say, definitely. With everything that I'm hearing about healers, do I even want to be in this thing? Do I want to go? So that's when that need felt ukuthi I need to teach people, maybe people that have answers but they don't know where to ask or don't know where to go. They have questions, they don't know who to ask. It's not easy having this conversation, especially if you're coming from a family that does not practice traditional things or don't believe in ancestors, and it's like it's a taboo. Why do you want to pursue something that we don't do? And because people are so misinformed, I thought that this was a good platform where I talk to people that go through this journey, and everybody that's on Leto is somebody that knows what they're doing. Nobody's dragged here.
Nobody, please.
So people are coming here and no, when things are being said, now you are folding because you remember you were very much sober. You were taking this, you were saying things that you were saying, and then now you want to fold because you feel like things have changed. You understand? So I think that I needed to put out of the way, and that people need to also understand people feel like they can gravitate towards the fact that okay, but if maybe I can go to Kaone because I've seen how Kaone does it with the initiates and no, it's not about that. And because people are scared, because some mafetlo people basutliwa, you know, people are literally being punished on top of the trauma of actually undertaking this journey. And people are being done things. So it makes sense. But hey man, can you just be honest with yourself? Yeah.
And because go for a reason.
True.
And then there's a reason, no. How some people
people change.
The
Yes.
so bantshetsa ditrauma tseo tsa bone mo go wena, and it's wrong. But ha modimo a kile a tsamaya a thusa motho a go naya motho le gore o tshwana le bomkhulu bongane yana for example, ba siame ke batho ba leng gore ba decidile gore bone ditrauma tsa bone ha ba ye go ntshetsa mo baneng ba batho. Then you are really, really blessed and lucky. So but
so they need to pray for also a conducive life. You know, you know, I have this trauma, but can I go to a place where I'm able to grow and not also be traumatized? Because some journeys don't go as it needs to because of the trauma that comes. And it doesn't mean that Igobela, the one that they've given you, is the wrong one. No. But because the situation le maemo is not it's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate. And that's one thing for the longest, I'm sure 4 years before it was something se ke se rapelang se ke se phatlang gore ha le gore le batla go nkisa ko mothong nkiseng ko motho le gore ha ke ka ntshotla nkiseng ko motho le gore wa go nthuta the way le batlang gore a nthute ka teng go nne sharp ke se kana in a toxic environment mo gore so like go ba ne ba duma bone sebaka to lead them ba se ka tla go etella badimo pele. Trust and believe mo badimong ba gago, and tsanako phahla pray like do those tse gore di tla phamisa mo wa gago in a sense whereby ha o go tsatsega easily easily. And that's one thing that I'm very grateful that my mom really ke nne ke ntse ke tshwenyega fela la ga ka are are go mang gate
wa thusa
no wile a antare okay are gane ke khanki. But
hey, some people are flawed to call people, hey? No, and it's because bungaka, it's not a career. I usually say that don't want to just focus on bungaka and leave your dreams and aspirations because life is expensive. And now people are just doing things just to put food on the table. Some people are just scouting initiates just to charge them money so that they can get by. You understand? So that's the thing. That's why you find people charging ridiculous amounts for consultations just because they want to get by. Babata soft life through. And if somebody is going to pay you money that they don't even have, and it's taken out of their pockets with a sad heart to a point where, you know, you will never really do anything with that money, and you won't even see what you did with it. And it can't be whereby you don't see what you're doing with it. But if you're going to charge the 20 rand that your ancestors said you should charge, it'll go a long way. You won't even know how you're getting by. but because you're doing what your ancestors are saying, because I mean, this is the gift that they gave you. So yes.
Pray, phahla, dula still la le nako ya gore ya no tsamae ba tla go bolela gore dali a re tswa yana ya le fetlhe chain. And I'm like legit I'm very grateful ke tsele nako ga ka ke a taboga ke tsena dintompanto
we confused
ke se itsile na gore yo he gate what no. I took time and really e tla nako e chaya ba ntare dali wena December
hug fresh start
e tla ba happy
wena boli yo. And it's not about which mpande dress is nice, and it's not about dancing, guys. Dancing is the celebratory part of idlozi lakho. Bongaka ke ndumba
my dear.
a gona gore motho ha lwala go tla tenya letsang dikupu ha o ke gite. Don't your goal shouldn't be go fatlamela and being a showstopper ko meketeng ko ditenteng. Understand your journey. O sa nna ngaka tente.
Yo, I know.
No, understand your journey. It's very important, and I'm glad that we got to by the methods so because people, it's cringeworthy. People don't want to talk about certain things because we fear people saying, "Hey, le rata ditshele or but the truth remains, because one thing I'm noticing right now, bongaka ke go kita go dula ra meketeng beke le beke, and then what? And then what? You should understand why you are called. If it was lakulia kita, then that's beautiful. But don't force it to be something it's not. Because you just want to be praised as a person, as an individual. You know, it's not about that. There's more to bungaka than ditente le go gita, because people see that part and feel like, yo, I want to be a healer. No. That's the thing. Do what you're called. Yes.
It's just an extra.
It's a cherry on top. True.
It's all about go fodisa
True. Hey, true. Yeah. Settling scores and making friends. Ish, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I think we also need to just dedicate a video to the downs and the lows of bongaka and the toxic space that you might find yourselves at epehlweni. We don't talk about that. We know we go through so much and experience so much. And not even from your gobela, from your fellow initiates. Like your fellow mfos. They will literally make the journey so hard and difficult for you, and still pretend when the gobela comes. And it's like you're stuck with people go camping or go boarding school, and they're bullies go lefetlhong. You don't even know how to go about it. And initiates ba ba thudisang bo gobela ka ditlhogo le bo mkhulu. Hey, la re here thabathu le that word ya le mahere. I think all initiates understand that from me. Like a show, you know, I've grown so much in being a gobela and being an mkhulu, or even literally just training, because you learn as you go. It's trial and error, especially from me, that I don't like being everywhere. I don't like confusing myself. I don't like seeing how they do things and coming back to compare, because we do things differently. And if my ancestors have sent me to a certain place, then they knew that everything that's there, it's fine. That's what they needed. So we confuse a lot of mona ki bona gore gobele ile dirang le na, I want to copy and paste. Mare the heartache, the stress that initiates will give you over nonsense, guys. That's a chat for another video.
I've been one about stress.
That is even on the lighter side of life, man. Like I've gone through so much with healing that I was just like, is this even necessary? Like, why am I putting myself up for this? Like, why am I allowing this to happen to like, why am I literally putting up myself for this? You know? But yeah, that's a chat for another day, whereby we'll just have people and we're just like, hey guys, let's just talk about the hardships okay, I'm not pushing the bad narrative yabongaka, but we still need to teach people that it's not all gloomy, even though you see no, this is the right place I need to go to. You know, everything else might be well, but then your fellow
there's a part
hey, they make lefetlo very hard for you. Your fellow initiates. So no, it's a chat for another video. But yeah, in wrapping up, ma'am, what are your last words? Hi. Right.
But so far I know dulang ka mohao bana ba ntate mosa wa modimo o laparele.
Amen.
Yeah, phahla, pray, take time, man, take time, ikhutseng
don't rush
anything. Husa, and yeah, I'm forever grateful for Ampandega my joy.
Hi.
Yakulisamina.
Yay, man.
And Baga, like I've mentioned, like I'll be forever grateful to Badimbangina because ke bona ba ba re thusang.
True.
Gore be ke le ha ke bua ja ke buana guys. Oh, if only you knew me honey ke tsena please. Lingena le tla bona gore go delay there's a change. I'm very grateful to mitlotle sit down tsa tla ke nna tsone le mkhulu wa ngane ya ga itse gogo wa thito wa thito ke ma yo mkhulu itse go thata ha yo itse eng yo bua mkhulu ma gogo o siame shitse mkhulu go this baba le yo it's like yo baba mshole no o itse le na batla go ikhusanya yo baba yo it's but go bua le bone go nthusa mo lefetlong and ke godile especially mentally, emotionally because of bona go nna
hey, physically you're just not going anywhere, my dog.
Yeah, I am not I've gained weight. Hey, yo ga ba hani ke tsena ha
no le selenta sa makapalo
selenta go ra ke di video tse le bokuru ka reng ka di delete ya le go delete go recycle bin ka go because of wow. No,
shame.
But yeah, I'm very grateful for everything se ntiragalletse mo mapaleng. Se thutile se ngodisitse gore ke nna motho e ke leng ene today. And I got modimo ka ilo a la presa ka mosa le mohao mkhulu a nantse a le babaletse mhle ka matsatsi a le godise mkhulu a lo keletse a le sireletse a le thuse go ba dira le balotsana. Re lwantwa ya moya so ka re modimo ka nna ntse le babaletse mkhulu a le tlamela ka tsosetso le di tlhokang a le thuse a le fodise mo go leng botlhoko teng.
Amen. Sbongela the protection, sbongela the love. And yeah, man, all the best. I guess the next video will probably be that one that we were talking about, or maybe a homecoming. People should just keep it locked. This is Gogo Vulamazulu. Insizwa ka. Hey now. Yes, she goes by the name of Tolofets, or those who know her. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you for honoring the invite. Thanks for talking. Thanks for listening. Yes, keep up the good work, your good spirits, you know, making life easy for people. It's not easy. Hey, being Tembani's mom sometimes gets so overwhelming that I don't even want to do wrong by him. Hey, it's a transfer of spirits. When you're not in a good space, it's just like, you know.